Hi, this is Greg Newton with Lionquest Fitness. What's your daily carry? You know, sometimes I see that on the internet and, hey, what do I normally carry? Well, anything I carry has to have a practical purpose. So let's see. Well, first off, we have keys. Got all kinds of keys here, but keys are important. They get you in places. What else I have? I have a bandana. You know, everything I have has to be practical. Hey, wipe sweat off your face. You can clean stuff with it. You can dry your hands. But most important, it has a medical application because I can use this bandana and a hard cylindrical object to make a tourniquet or pressure bandage in an emergency. Now, speaking of the pen, obviously a writing utensil is very important. It's always important to have one. You know, as a police officer many years ago, I found that this was the most important tool a police officer had. And I've also found that being on a fire scene, you always need something to write down information. Now, self-defense wise, now this is a metal pen. It's not a tactical pen. It's just an ordinary metal pen. But self-defense wise, you know, I have an object that can be used to strike, jab, or even to slash so I can get away from a potential attacker. Now let's dig deep into the pockets. Let's see what else I have. Well, I've got a flashlight. Now, I've had more expensive tactical flashlights, and this is, you know, just like a $3 flashlight. Good thing about it, you know, if it's in my pocket, it gets beat up. With the more expensive flashlights, they get beat up and they don't work. This one gets beat up, gets beat up, gets beat up. As long as I change the batteries, it's going to work. And if it tears up, I can throw it away and get another one. Practical. Flashlights, you're working on your truck. You're working on your car. You're out at night and you're trying to find your keys. Or you're trying to find another object when you're in low light. This is very important to have. Now, I always believe you should carry a knife. Not as a weapon, but as a tool. And this is one that I traded to my daughter, my youngest daughter. She likes knives. And I had another knife she liked and she traded me this one. And this is a Camulus. Don't know anything about the brand. Seems to hold an edge pretty well. I used to carry a Gerber, a skeletonized Gerber, for a lot of years. It was hard to keep an edge on that Gerber and it was uncomfortable to carry. But this one's fairly comfortable to carry. So now, Leatherman. I always carry my Leatherman in a pocket sheath. And of course, I've got all kinds of tools. It's very simple. This is a smaller one. I've got scissors, you know, different types of screwdrivers, files. You know, this is a good device to carry. And I've also got a blade on it. And what happened many years ago, about 2 decades ago, I was working as a police officer and I got dispatched out to a residence early one morning. They didn't want to call the fire department. So they decided to send the police department. Smell of smoke at this residence. Well, I get to the residence and it's a fully involved structure fire, and the homeowner has a garden hose spraying it onto the house and screaming for somebody to cut off the gas. Well, you know, police officers don't carry tools, you know, and I shuffled around and looked around. I finally found a wrench where I could shut the gas off. So I started carrying one of these. Now, obviously, This is not ideal for cutting the gas off, but it could be used for that. And ever since then, on my duty belt, I carried something like this, and in my civilian life, I still carry one of these today. Let's see. Wallet. Now normally I don't carry this on my person, but I volunteer for a fire department, and this is my pager, and I usually have it someplace close. Now everybody's looking, okay, what kind of gun does he carry? And I'm pretty boring when it comes to that. You know, 5-shot revolver. Now this is a Taurus 605, and it's a 357. I've got a couple of these that I alternate carrying, and you know, it's a beater, it's a utilitarian. You know, if I'm keeping it close to my body in hot weather, you know, I don't have to worry about sweating on it and ruining a very expensive gun. During the winter months, I tend to carry my Model 64 Smith & Wesson, which is a K-frame revolver with a 4-inch barrel. So what kind of ammunition do I carry? Well, the more I research and the more I shoot and the more I look at things like cost, availability, potential stopping power, the ability to reload the gun, I keep going back to 158 grain lead round nose bullets. And I also carry one for snake shot, or what they might call rat shot. I carry one of these to load up if I'm, you know, and spending a lot of time outdoors. So that's my basic carry. And you know, let me know what you carry. You know, do me a VR if you want, and we'll post it up. We're going to do a little bit of shooting, so stay tuned.